So, like, I know, but we gonna go back a little bit. Where you from?
I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I went to, then moved out to the suburbs of Kansas City, Missouri. And, man, I started out an artist, like drawing and stuff like that. I was in the theater for a little bit, but my behavior was shit. I didn't know valedictorian, they include behavior too. Cause I was in high school and I was like, I'm graduating semester at 16. Shouldn't I be valedictorian? They're like, yeah, but you've been getting kicked out. You beat up the principal. You can't walk across the stage. No, you're not representing nobody. And I had got a full ride scholarship to go to college and everything, go art school and draw, but decided to go to the military instead. And that's it.
Only child, siblings?
No, I have older brother. I have three step siblings, and my blood natural born siblings. I have an older brother and a younger sister, and I'm the middle kid. You know, middle kids get no love.
I like how you say born natural blood. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying, because I don't never say step, though, you know what I'm saying, but they're my brothers and sisters, but just naturally, you know, born in my household was my older brother and myself, and then my...
Okay. So once you go into the military, what happens then?
Well, did some traveling and some stuff happened in the military. Then I was like, I got to get out. This ain't me. It wasn't me at all. I was like, I asked too many questions. You ask too many questions in the military, you're going to find yourself in jail. So I can't go to jail because I sleep with my mouth open. So, no, I get out. I got a family and everything. Ended up getting married, and I moved back to Kansas City. I was living in Texas, and I moved back to Kansas City. And one day, me and my family, we out karaoke, and I'm up there singing and jacking around. And Ronaldo Ray was in there, and he was watching. He called me over, and he was like, "Boy, you do comedy?" I said, "No." He's like, "You funny as hell." He said, "Hey, tell me something about them brothers over there shooting darts." I was like, so I just started roasting them. I was always the youngest, so even though I was pretty good at sports, it was like, if you're not getting, I'm not gonna get picked up first. I was just getting picked up to make the teams even, because I was the youngest. You had to knock somebody out, or you had to talk a lot of shit. And I was that kind of roaster where the older kids get mad at me, be like, "Shut up," and start trying to punk me, be like, want to hit me in the chest or something. I had a big brother, so I didn't really have to knock people out. And I just had good energy, I guess. I never really had enemies at all. And Ronaldo Ray, that brings me back to Ronaldo Ray, tells me to talk about these guys shooting, throwing darts. So I just start roasting them. And he's over there laughing his ass off. And he was like, "Boy, you need to find you a mic, and you need to go do comedy."
Just like that.
Just like that. And I was like, huh. January 1st, about going on, it'd be 16 years, I believe, this January. January 1st, I go to Stanford's. And that was it. You know, it was funny at first. And it's like, funny can only carry you so far because there's still rules in the game. And eventually you have to like kind of put shit together and know your way around stage. And I wasn't talking about nothing. So being funny was, and roasting and stuff, come natural. But with comedy, it became to where okay, that shit run out. Like, you know how you get a lot of people, the number one answer of why I started comedy was, well, my friends think I'm funny. You know, my friends say I should do comedy. Be like, that's fine to start. That's fine to get in the door. But there's rules to this shit. Eventually, that's gonna run out. You're gonna run out of friends for the most part coming to see you, and you're gonna be in a room full of strangers. They don't know who John is. They don't know why this is fun. So now you gotta create the story to make everybody laugh. And I found the secret to comedy. People be thinking how easy it is, and I'm like, you know what the secret to comedy is? I was like, it is getting the 20-year-old and the 80-year-old to laugh at the same time, at the same thing. You know, you can make the 20-year-old laugh, yeah, but now the 80-year-old's not laughing. Make the 80-year-old laugh, 20-year-olds. Now get them both laughing at the same time. That's the art. That's the trick. Once you unlock that, you're probably talking about something. And
so when did you begin talking about something? Do you think?
About 8 years in. When I did it, I'm cussing all the time, cussing and using a whole bunch of filth and everything else. But it was just because that's just the way I speak. But I had invited my grandmother to a show one time out there at Stanford and Sons in Kansas City, and I tried to be clean because I never cuss around my aunts or my grandmother and them, nothing like that. And I'm like, damn, I don't know how to do this because I never cussed before around them. You know, you'll say little stuff like damn or something like that, but never anything harsher than that, right? My grandma told the truth. She told me the night that first night she came to see me, she's like, that ain't you. Don't invite me to nothing like this no more. Don't do that. She said, like, she was talking to me like, we can get you working at Ford tonight. Okay? You ain't got to take no test. You just go home, take your little nap, you be ready for third shift. Because this shit, she said, this right here, this ain't you. I don't want to see this again.
Just like that.
She said, yeah, she told me the truth. She's like, my family does not pull punches. And then when I filmed my special for my taping and everything, and my family was like, yeah, like, yo, you came a long way. The ones that hasn't seen me in a long time, they was like, yeah, because when you first started, like, ooh, like, yeah, we like, ooh, he must, this is a hobby that'll pass. Kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like, like, he's into goth now or something. He'll pass this, he'll grow out of it.
So it's like, so you invited them to your first ever open mic?
It was a show.
You invited them
to my first show, yeah, out of Stanford, first show, and it was terrible. It was just terrible.
I hear a lot of stories about the Stanford days. Is it what everybody says? Well, we don't have to go into full depth, but is it as bad as everybody says?
It was wild. It was very wild, yeah, it was very wild. I remember, I ain't gonna say the artist's name or whatever it is, and just one incident here, and everything, did the show, close up and everything, and they about to pay the artist, so comedian looks at his checks, said, this is not the right money. So his wife takes the check, was like, this isn't what was on the contract. Well, listen, we had a few things that didn't turn out the way we wanted to turn out. That ain't got nothing to do with her. And when she picked her purse up with a little, I was like, ooh, that ain't just no clutch in there. That was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she had to put her back into lifting her purse. I like, she got some heat in that mother. Then she put her hand in there. She said, I tell you what, y'all need to find a way to get him the rest of his money right now, or we gonna have a problem. I like, hey, I'll stay here. I can just come back, get my check. I ain't gotta be here. I ain't got to be here. I thought she was about to light that place up. I said they had to go into the register to pay the man.
I was about to say, did they find the money?
Oh, they found the money. They found the money. My heart over here like, I ain't no thug like that no more. I left the streets alone.
A part of me would be like, my girl need to be my manager. This is obviously how you get stuff done.
All day. She picked that purse up. My niece, she picked that purse up. She was like, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just like grab it off the thing. It was like, it took some strength. I was like, ooh, she got something heavy in there. She got. You know, always in the shit to where in 2nd grade, this is no lie. Lady, the teacher asked me, it was like my first time doing detention and shit after school or whatever. And she leaves the room. I'm thinking she want to have sex with me. I can't really tell you how I got the idea that.
I remember this story.
Yes, since we doing the podcast over. So, I was butt naked. I'm on the stool. On one of them old school art stools with the little brown thing on top of it or whatever. It's like silver. And I'm sitting on this stool. I'm butt naked. She's like, what the hell? That happened. And my dad was just like, he's smoking a joint. He's like, I beat you every day. You get an ass whooping every day. Help me help you. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And I hear him go talk to my mom in the next room. He said, something wrong with the boy, Lorraine. Something wrong with the boy. The boy ain't got it all. Something wrong with him. You need to take him to the doctor. Something wrong with him. And then I'm in 6th grade. I tried to kiss my teacher. She slapped the shit out of me so cold. She was pretty. She was real pretty. She was blonde, white lady, big chest. And she reached in to help me with some work or whatever. It was like after school. And I'm like, I reach up and I try to kiss her. And she like, her reflexes was fast as hell for a white lady. I like, shit, you need to be playing ball or something. Shit, the athlete. Her reaction time was impeccable. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I always been like a kid, always in trouble. But I stayed in the books because my mom, like, you get in trouble, you had to read encyclopedias and stuff like that. So, you know, I was that type of kid, man.
Alright, so I gotta hit you with some rapid fire questions before we do this 2-minute warning.
Okay, let's get it.
So, weed or shrooms?
Ooh, weed.
Feature or headliner?
Headliner.
Why headliner? I gotta double down on this question. Why headliner? Features the sweet spot. Why headliner?
Features the sweet spot, but that headliner, I've got to see all my competition. I like to watch the defense. Now I got to see. Now I can be like, okay. Now I can adjust, do whatever I need to do. See, I'm like I want to kick off first. You know what I'm saying? I want to play defense first.
Notebook or phone notes?
Phone notes.
Ew.
I found out Fluffy does the same thing. He's because I like to ad lib and I don't do conventional writing. Can't do it. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I know how, I'm an emotional comic, so I know what certain subjects and what certain things make me feel, and especially when you're just talking about your experiences and, you know, embellishing on that, I know how it makes me feel. I know where I want to go with it. All I need is just the pointers, you know, the bullet points to stay on track.
Comedy club or theater?
Comedy club. I like intimacy. I love the intimacy.
I can see why you would vote. But yeah.
I mean, one day theater, yeah. I mean, I've done like theater, a couple of theaters before. I did the theater, I think it's, golly, Wichita or wherever it was. I did theater there. I did some theaters in Quincy, Illinois. And it was huge. I've done huge shows, 1,500, 2,000 people. For me, on that level, for the most part. But I like the intimacy, you know. I like to be able to connect, boom, 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 and, you know, hit all the sides of the stage, and then they can also see the person that I'm talking to as well too, versus a theater or a stadium. You know, I'm a family guy, so.
Fridays or rush hours? Which series? I mean, which trilogy we going? Friday or rush hour?
Fridays all day long.
Fridays.
You can throw that rush hour shit up out. That shit is goofy to me.
Temptations of the Five Heartbeats. Which one's better movie?
I gotta go with Five Heartbeats. My cousin was the voice of Robert Townsend.
Okay.
So, and I like Five Heartbeats. It was just dope.
Alright. Alright. Let's get a good one up in here. Bernie Mac and Richard Pryor. Let's get into it. Let's do it. I'm gonna do this to you.
Bernie Mac.
I want you to know that the people are listening.
I know, and I stand by what I say. I don't give a shit. They can't. Hey, look, what they eat don't make me shit. Hey, Bernie Mac all day.
Eddie Murphy, Eddie Griffin.
Oh man, you're an
Let's
asshole.
talk about. I mean,
It's hometown. It's hometown.
I had to try to warm you up a little bit before I get into this
You
thunder
threw me
round.
hell, damn.
Before I throw you into this
Punch a
spotlight.
nigga in the mouth.
They
man.
wanted
Let me
this
see.
though. This is what they asked for.
You said Eddie Griffin or
Eddie Murphy. Stand up.
Eddie.
Stand up.
I'm gonna have to say Eddie Murphy because Raw is still amazing, 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 and I had to sneak in to see that when I was young. Me and my cousin snuck in to see Raw, and that shit had me. I don't laugh alone, but when I watch that, no matter how many times I watch it, I just love it. You know, there's too many quotes from there.
All right, and I got one last question: is Dave Chappelle the GOAT? I know nobody want to touch this with a tip. I gotta ask. I have to ask. Is he the GOAT?
I think the only reason I would say he's the GOAT is because if you say he's not, then you say who is.
That's solid. That's solid. And now, y'all know what time it is. It's time for the 2-minute warning. Pew, pew. Okay, so basically what that is, I stopped it. What? My podcast is dope.
Oh shit! What the hell? Pew pew. Where the hell did that come from?
What? It's the 2-minute warning. Pew pew. Don't. My podcast lit.
Nigga,
You gotta-
I'm tripping over here from
My
the
nephew.
opening.
My nephew was like, I really think you got one of the worst podcasts, intros, outros, and ad-libs ever. And I
What?
was like, that's half the podcast. He was like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a bad podcast.
But that's the funny part of it. It might be the worst, but because it is, makes it fucking hilarious. And the pew pew. Yeah. I'm over here looking at you like, what is the
I'm happy I got the camera still going.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm gonna release the clip of you talking about how dope my podcast. Thank you, because I'll give you the credit. I'll give the credit I feel I deserve for my
I'm looking over here like,
You ain't never heard no podcast start with mouth music. Hey, it just lets you know this podcast is something different.
Manisha. Manisha.
Okay, so what the 2-minute warning is you get a couple minutes to think of a bit you want to do to take them out with. Just whatever you want to do.
Ooh.
Whatever you in the mood for. Just take the audience out, let them laugh. Alright, you ready?
I'm ready. 2-minute bit. Somebody told me that if I'm reincarnated, I was going to come back as a woman. And I was like, first of all, if I come back as a woman, my chest is going to look like Brittany Griner's. You know what I'm saying? And I get to choose my dick. Oh, my dick is, you're going to have to untie my shoe to get to my dick, okay? I'm telling you, it's going to be third leg all the way. You know what I'm saying? And I will be the biggest whore until I'm about 70 years old. And then I'm going to do like a lot of whores do. Find God. That's how you know who the biggest whores is. The ones that find God. The ones that's like, oh my goodness, I'm married to the Lord. Oh, you used to be a hoe. That's how they gonna look at me. They gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? My auntie used to be a hoe. How you know? Because she just goes so hard for the Lord. So now, you gonna start looking at people that go so hard for the Lord. You be like, oh, she used to be a hoe. She can do some tricks. You know what I'm saying? Them the ones you want to talk to. I know this because when I was like out there hard trying to be a hoe, I would look at people's deal on Facebook. As soon as I see loving Jesus and all this other stuff, I'll be like, oh, she used to be a hoe. Friend requests. It's like crack. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is a few words, get you back to that whole stage. You know what I'm saying? And that's what type of woman I would be. You know what I'm saying? Like 70 years old. You know what I'm saying? Just be a little bit to say to me that'll turn me back to a hoe. Like, I just tell the Lord I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pray about this tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'll be a lesbian. But I'll be like, I'm just going to do this lady one last time. Lord Jesus, please. You know my heart.
What you got coming up, man? Let's before time run out, what you got coming up?
I'll be in Leavenworth on the 23rd of this month. I'll be in Tiffin, Ohio, December 28th. I'll be in Wakanda, Illinois. I'll be in Wakanda, Illinois this month. I will be in Indianapolis this month. I will be in Florida, I believe, in December. I got a full schedule. I got a full schedule going on. If you just go ahead and look at my Facebook, I will go ahead and have all those dates posted.
All right, well, let them know where they can follow you then.
They can follow me at Tai Fu Panda on all social media except Twitter. And TikTok is Tai Fu Panda 845.
All right, man.